Hello, today I want to share an 8-step model with you for great decision making. I know in my own personal life I've made some decisions that haven't been so fabulous, and perhaps you're in the same boat, but we all want to learn ways and methods to make the best decision possible, whether it's in our personal life or in our professional life. We might have a huge impact on our organization or on our team. So let's look at that 8-step model, and we're going to look at it from a Myers-Briggs type indicator perspective. But I'm going to put it into some language that everyone can use this 8-step tool. Sometimes when we're making our decisions, we tend to use what comes most naturally to us. So for example, if we have a preference for a type code of ISTJ and introverted sensing is our dominant function, we might have a propensity to want to use that introverted sensing and first look at past experiences, concrete data from past experiences. Or, for example, if you have a type preference for ENFJ, your dominant function is extroverted feeling, and you might have a propensity to want to make a decision going from the heart, the harmony, what's best for the group, maintaining harmony with the team, or looking out for the feelings of others. And absolutely those two elements are very, very important. And we want to integrate that into the 8-step model. So let's look at all eight mental functions and see how we can make a great decision. And let's take those and apply them to buying a car. So let's start with step number 1. And step number 1 is extroverted sensing, and it's gathering concrete current information and data. Real data about why we need to buy a car, what's going on with our current car, and what is the data out there on other cars that we can look at. But we need to look and see what is that current data. Then we move into step number 2, which is using that introverted sensing, and that's using concrete data from the past. Have we bought a car? What was that experience like? What was that car that we bought? Was it great or was it not so great? Or do we absolutely have never bought a car and we have no point of reference? So first 2 steps, current data. Second step, data from the past. Then we're going to move into extroverted intuition, which is all about brainstorming. And the brainstorming might come from talking to other people, our neighbors, our family members, people at work, about great cars. What was the best car that's on the market or that they've purchased, or maybe what dealership is working for them. And then the brainstorming and gathering data in this day and age, the brainstorming may be coming from our Google searches, from our internet search engines, and looking for information to see what's out there. What are all the possible options that we can look at for a car? Then we move into our introverted intuition, which is going within, kind of seeing the big picture, connecting the dots. You might even wake up in the middle of the night with another idea about a car that you hadn't thought about. So our first 4 steps moving forward is extroverted sensing. It's gathering our current data, real data, and then introverted sensing, which is all about our concrete data from the past experiences. Extroverted intuition, brainstorming, and introverted intuition, going within, seeing the big picture, connecting all the dots, and coming up with additional ideas. Now we're going to move into our thinking type function. And we're going to start with our extroverted thinking, which is taking all those ideas that we have and paring them down into ideas that are most reasonable. The top 3 to 5 cars that are probably going to work the best for us, but we still need to do a little bit more data gathering, getting more information, but really getting down to the top 3 to 5 that are probably going to be the most logical cars to go with. Then we're going to go into our introverted thinking, which is now that we're paring it down to the top 3 to 5 cars, what's that process going to be? Are we going to go test drive those 3 to 5 cars? Are we going to gather more information out on the internet as far as maybe reviews? Are we going to take our spouses with them and involve them? Is there a time frame, a budget? What are those elements that we move into with that final decision? Now we're going to move into our feeling functions, because we absolutely never want to make a decision without considering the impact of others. So we're going to use our extroverted feeling and consider, now that we're down to the top maybe 1, 2, or 3 cars that we can purchase, will there be an impact on anyone with any of those decisions that we make, on our family, on our significant other? Is it going to impact in some way? It might even be, are we going to disrupt the apple cart because we've gone over our budget? Is there any way that we're going to harm a relationship with the decision? And then finally, our introverted feeling. Are we honoring the needs and the values of people that could be impacted by the decision of our car? Now, if you're buying a decision and you're by yourself, and it may not have any impact, but always consider the impact on others. Because in the big scheme of things, others impact. Some might even consider greenhouse gas emissions impact on others. So look at it from a variety of perspectives. Even buying a car, you can use this 8-function model. For your daily life, you can take this same 8-function model and apply it to your professional life. So again, gather real-time data. Consider your past experiences, what worked and what didn't work. Brainstorm ideas. Look at the big picture. Pare it down to what you can do. What is the most probable course of action? Create a plan and a strategy and a map. Consider other people's feelings, the harmony, the impact. Would you have to mitigate an emotional response? And are you meeting the needs and values of anyone affected by your decision? I hope you take this 8-function model and go try it on just one decision that you have to make today. Go out and make a fabulous decision.